Can I just be honest here? You adults really love to argue with your kids. Go. This is Wayne Steven. Today I'll be bringing you 3 tips for conflict resolution with your young people. But first, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you can know when it's dropping. What Taz said. Listen, this parenting game is dicey. You got emotions on one side, years of experience on the other. When those two things clash, I'm sorry, it's a recipe for disaster. And you have to understand, these kids, they just have information. They don't have temperance. They learn temperance through us and interactions that they have out in the world. So oftentimes, most of your interactions are gonna feel more aggressive than they should. Let me explain. When you give somebody information and no temperance, they're just spitting it at you because they love the fact that they know something that you probably don't know. So all of it feels like that. It feels very overwhelming because they just want to tell you. Look what I know, look what I know, look what I know. I'm not the kid anymore. That's basically what they're saying. I want you to hear me when I say this. When you have your child overloading you with information, they're trying to rapidly prove to you that they're not stupid, because being a child is feeling like you're stupid. I was a child before. I'm a child now. You spend a lot of your time trying to prove that you know stuff. When you think about them through that filter, it makes dealing with what they dish out that much easier. Tip number 1, be honest and transparent with your team. For a lot of people, I want you guys to listen to me. For a lot of people in my generation, they see transparency as weakness. And I'll tell you why. Because when we were young, we were always told, stay in a child's place. We knew that that dividing line between us and them was very real. We live in a new day. These kids have new information. They need their parents to talk to them and listen to them and understand them. Those 3 things are not the same. So when you understand that that's the playing field, that that's the landscape, it helps you navigate this space a little easier. Honesty and transparency builds trust with them within communication. Because if they feel like you're lying to them, then they still think that you think that they're stupid. So they're going to start keeping things from you. And when they start keeping things from you, it becomes a little rougher terrain to try to gain that trust back, because the reputation of that encounter, it sticks, and it sticks hard. So let's try to do our best to be honest within our comfort zone. And let's be honest about that with our children. Let's tell them, hey, I don't come from a place where being transparent and honest with your kids is something that happens. I'm trying to do this because I want to understand us better. That kind of transparency can only build the bridge, not burn it. Tip number 2, listen. 3 words: avoid power struggles. Avoid power struggles. I'm talking to you. You guys have to stop playing tug of war with these kids. There are some arguments that they don't deserve to have with us. So sometimes you have to shut it down. Be like, listen, I made the statement. You can feel how you feel about it. I still love you and I respect you, but that's my line in the sand. We can discuss everything that has to do with my line in the sand. I hear what you're saying, but this is a non-negotiable, and leave it at that. They're going to rant and they're going to rave. That's what they do. But avoid the back and forth. You, man, to, huh, he, ha, ungod. Because that's what it starts to look like. And it's pathetic. I'm not going to lie to you. I apologize for such a harsh word. That kind of behavior from an adult who is in charge of children, that kind of behavior is pathetic. You are stooping to their level to have a discussion where you need them to understand you. How? They've brought you to where they live and you're unfamiliar. That's why you never do well in those situations. I know you don't. Most adults don't like conflict at that level. So I'm going to tell you, avoid power struggles. Not only are you not built for it, but they don't benefit from it. And that's what communication between parents and teens should always be: beneficial. Tip number 3, listen to your teens' what, not their how. I understand when things sound a certain way, we don't like that. But much like I stated earlier, we have to understand what they're working with. They have a huge Mjolnir that they're trying to wield, but they don't have the shoulder strength for it. So they're just swinging it around willy-nilly. Sometimes you got to duck. Whoa, that, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the Mjolnir. That's not how you pronounce it. Anyway, here's the thing. It's not us acquiescing to them. It's us understanding their playing field level, stepping back, going, ooh, that's where they're missing it. Okay, but they swung the Mjolnir this way. Okay, I'm in there. Hey, yo, for real? Yeah, for real, drop it. You have to help them help us, because they're not in control of the conversation. But if we let it get out of hand, they can control the temperature of it. Sometimes we have to let them go with the flow and not so much always have to have a checkpoint at everything that we don't like that we're hearing. If we did that, we'd never make it through a discussion. These kids be saying some stuff. I've heard them say some stuff. I have a child. She says some stuff. I've been around my younger nieces and nephews. They be saying some stuff. So we have to have grace for ourselves and not being so reactive in the things that we do when we're engaging with them, because we do not want to turn that relationship sour. It's important. They're going to need it. We're going to need it. We need one another in order for all of us to grow, because there's a point where we stop growing. It's because we stop engaging with younger people and understanding. The moment we stop understanding, that's the moment people begin to distance themselves from us. And that's where our relationship struggles begin. Listen, none of this is easy. We're all in it together. And I mean that. For more content like this, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay up. The Real Wayne Steven. Yes, sir.